This is a Math to the People video tutorial. In case 7, when we have infinity minus infinity, or negative infinity minus negative infinity, our general strategy is going to be to try to take those two infinities and combine them into a single term. Once we've done that, we can then plug in again and use our limit table. Now, it's a couple different ways we're going to try to combine those into one term. The first is going to be to factor out a common factor. The second would be to put them over a common denominator, if those two infinities are fractions. The second strategy is the one I'm going to do an example of now. So the example is the limit as x goes to 2 of 1 over x squared minus 4x plus 4 minus 1 over x squared minus 5x plus 6. Now, of course, we're going to start by plugging in 2. 2 squared is 4. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 4, minus 1 over 2 squared is 4. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 6. Now, 4 minus 8 plus 4 is 0, so we have 1 over 0. 4 minus 10 plus 6 is 0, so we have 1 over 0. 1 over 0 is either plus or minus infinity, and the other 1 over 0 is either plus or minus infinity. So basically, we either have infinity minus infinity or negative infinity minus negative infinity, which are both case 7 situations. So now we're going to try to take those two terms, which are both fractions, and combine them into one by putting them over a common denominator. The first step in doing this is to factor the bottoms of the fractions. So when we factor the bottom of the first, we get 1 over x minus 2 squared. When we factor the bottom of the second, we get 1 over x minus 2 times x minus 3. So the common denominator is going to be x minus 2 squared times x minus 3. And the numerator in the first one is going to be x minus 3, and the numerator in the second is going to be x minus 2 over the same common denominator. Now, x minus 3 over x minus 2 is negative 1, and the denominator here is still the same. And then, now that we've gotten them both into one term, we can try plugging in 2 again. So we'll have negative 1 over 2 minus 2 squared times 2 minus 3. 2 minus 3 gives you negative 1. These two negative 1s will cancel, so we'll get 1 over 2 minus 2 is 0 squared. Now, 1 over 0 can be either positive infinity or negative infinity, according to case 4. But, because it's at 0 squared on the bottom, whether that 0 is positive or negative, its square is still going to be positive. So we're going to have a positive number, which means positive infinity. So, the limit as x goes to 2 of 1 over x squared minus 4x plus 4 minus 1 over x squared minus 5x plus 6 is in fact equal to positive infinity. One of the other case 7 strategies we'll use to try to combine the two infinities into one term is actually going to apply in situations where we don't have a fraction but we do have a square root. It's going to be the same as one of the strategies we've used before, which is multiplying the top and bottom by the conjugate. What seems counterintuitive about this strategy in this situation is that the thing we started with wasn't even a fraction. We have to turn it into a fraction to apply this strategy. So the example of this I'm going to do is the limit as x goes to infinity of square root of x minus square root of x plus 2. Now, if we plug in infinity, this gives you square root of infinity minus square root of infinity. Square root of infinity is still infinity. Infinity minus infinity is what tells us we're in a case 7 situation. So what we're going to do is we're going to treat this square root of x minus square root of x plus 2 as a fraction over 1. We're going to multiply the top and bottom by square root of x plus square root of x plus 2. Now, when we do that, this is a minus b and this is a plus b, so we're going to get an a squared minus b squared, which is going to give you an x minus x plus 2. On the bottom, we're still going to have square root of x plus square root of x plus 2. Now, if I simplify, x minus x plus 2 gives you, in fact, negative 2 over square root of x plus square root of x plus 2. And now, since we've got it all into a single term, we can try plugging in again. So this will give you negative 2 over square root of infinity plus square root of infinity, because infinity plus 2 is still infinity. Square root of infinity is infinity. Square root of infinity is infinity. Infinity plus infinity is still infinity. And negative 2 over infinity is 0. So we have in fact gotten 0 to be the limit. So in fact, the limit as x goes to infinity of square root of x minus square root of x plus 2 is in fact 0. So that's it for that case in the table. Now it's time to pick which video you want to see next. Click on one of the 7 buttons to go to the video for that case.